This is what happens to your body if you do squats every day. If you feel your body is losing mobility, strength, and vitality, know that there is a single movement capable of reversing all of this. And the best part, there's no room for excuses. After all, you don't need machines or equipment. Just your body, and about 5 minutes a day are more than enough. Today, you will discover the profound effects that happen to your body when you practice squats every day. Believe it, your eyes won't notice, but your body will. But attention, doing it the wrong way, like many who commit some common mistakes, can cause serious injuries. And yes, even small errors can bring problems. Therefore, besides revealing the scientifically proven benefits, you will learn the 100% correct technique, step by step, to execute with complete safety and reap all the results without any risk. Before we start, please leave in the comments your name and the city from where you are watching our content. Exercise number 8. Functional strengthening and balance. Squats reprogram motor patterns that we forget over time. Have you noticed how some simple tasks become challenging as we age? Getting up from a chair, picking up an object from the floor, or simply maintaining balance when walking on irregular surfaces. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its ability to improve balance, coordination, core strength, and stability simultaneously. When you squat, your body needs to coordinate dozens of muscles working together, creating a perfect synergy that strengthens fundamental neuromotor connections for everyday movements. With continued practice, you begin to squat confidently, stand without support, and move naturally. It's active aging in practice, where the body responds well even with the passing years. Those who continue to squat with quality continue to live with quality and functional freedom. Research from the University of Sydney demonstrated that elderly individuals who incorporated squats into their routines significantly improved their functional test scores, reducing the risk of falls by up to 30% after 12 weeks of regular practice. To execute it correctly, start with partial squats and gradually increase the depth as your confidence grows. The secret is in consistency. Even a few minutes daily make a substantial difference in long-term functionality. A common mistake is believing that only specific balance exercises are effective at this age. The squat, in fact, is one of the most complete for retraining your body to move naturally. It restores the ability to perform simple daily tasks with autonomy and safety, without fear of falling. Number 7. Increased muscle mass. During the squat, your muscles go through a fascinating process. The muscle fibers undergo small ruptures, a natural process that triggers muscle growth. This mechanism, called hypertrophy, is like a constant rebuilding that makes your muscles stronger and more voluminous with each session. When you rest and eat properly after training, the body enters repair mode, rebuilding these fibers stronger and larger. Daily squats keep this cycle of breakdown and repair active, leading to constant muscle growth, especially in quadriceps, hamstrings, and glutes. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research demonstrated that people who practiced squats for 16 weeks increased leg muscle mass by an average of 4.2%, even those over 60 years old. Most impressive was that bone mineral density also increased by 2.9%, naturally combating the effects of age. As a compound exercise that works multiple muscle groups simultaneously, the squat maximizes growth and improves coordination between muscles. The result is a more defined and muscular appearance, with muscles that are not only larger, but also more functional and powerful. Remember that the greater the range of motion during the squat, the greater the muscle recruitment. A partial squat can activate about 50% of the fibers, while a deep and controlled one can reach 85% activation, a significant difference for those seeking consistent results over time. A mistake I see many people make is thinking that after 50 years old, it's too late to build muscles. Science completely contradicts this. The capacity for hypertrophy remains, although the process is slower, requiring greater consistency and attention to recovery. Number 6. Improved blood circulation. The squat intensely activates the leg muscles, stimulating venous return and improving blood flow naturally. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel that pumping sensation in your legs during execution. Muscle contractions work as a secondary pump, helping to push blood back to the heart against gravity. This prevents blood accumulation in the leg veins, reducing the risk of varicose veins, swelling, and feeling of heaviness in the extremities. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to work the calves, considered the body's second heart, precisely for their function in blood pumping. When you perform the rising phase of the squat, this musculature contracts vigorously, propelling blood upward. Better circulation also helps with tissue oxygenation, toxin elimination, and prevention of deep vein thrombosis, a risk that increases significantly after 50, especially for sedentary people. The result is lightness in the legs when walking, climbing stairs, and even sleeping better, transforming fatigue into energy. Many regular practitioners report significant improvement in ankle swelling and restless legs sensation during the night after a few weeks of constant practice. A common mistake is performing the exercise too quickly. To maximize circulatory benefits, make controlled movements, maintaining muscle tension for longer. This approach increases the work of the venous valves, strengthening the entire circulatory system. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will help you progress with health in the long term in the world of bodybuilding. Number 5. Improved mobility and flexibility. Squats require hips, knees, and ankles to go through a wide range of motion during each repetition. This constant movement challenges the joints and surrounding muscles to work in a coordinated and controlled manner, gradually increasing flexibility. Regular practice allows you to squat deeper, lift more easily, and execute other movements more fluidly. This prevents stiffness and lack of flexibility, which can lead to injuries and movement limitations. As mobility and flexibility tend to naturally decrease with age, maintaining these qualities through squats preserves independence and quality of life. With each decade, we naturally lose about 3 to 5% of our range of motion if we do nothing to counteract this process. The secret is in consistency and gradual progression. Start with less deep squats, using support if necessary, and increase the amplitude as your confidence and mobility improve. Over time, you'll notice that activities like getting into the car, tying your shoes, or playing with grandchildren become easier. A mistake many people make is forcing the amplitude beyond what their body currently allows. Respect your current limits and work gradually to expand them. Remember that mobility doesn't develop overnight. It's a process that requires patience. To maximize mobility benefits, occasionally stay for a few seconds in the lowest squat position. This pause helps educate your body about the new amplitude and relax muscle tensions that may be limiting your movements. Number 4. Better hormonal balance. The intense activation of multiple muscle groups during the squat sends a signal to the body to release hormones that promote muscle growth and repair, such as testosterone and growth hormone. Did you know that after 40, testosterone levels naturally decrease about 1% per year? The squat helps to counteract this natural decline. Regular practice not only increases the production of these hormones during and after training, but also helps maintain balanced levels over time. This hormonal balance directly affects performance in training and muscle recovery, allowing you to build muscles more efficiently. Research published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology demonstrated that men over 50 who performed squats for 12 weeks showed a 17% increase in testosterone levels, compared to only 7% in the group that performed only isolated exercises for the legs. Additionally, good hormonal balance contributes to higher energy levels, improved mood, healthy weight maintenance, and bone and cardiovascular health. Compound exercises like squats are highly effective in stimulating this anabolic hormonal response, especially when performed with good technique and appropriate intensity. For beginners, I recommend with 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions using only body weight. As you progress, you can add resistance through elastic bands or free weights to continue stimulating this positive hormonal response. A common mistake is performing the exercise without sufficient intensity. To maximize the hormonal response, you need to adequately challenge your muscles, which means using progressive overload and working close to muscle failure in at least some sets. Number 3. Improved posture and relief of lower back pain. The squat acts as a true postural reset, automatically activating the core, lower back, and inner thigh muscles that keep the body upright. When done correctly, the exercise teaches your body to distribute weight evenly, promoting a natural alignment that extends to all daily activities. The deep squat naturally decompresses the spine, relieving tensions accumulated by poor posture and hours of sitting. When you sustain this position, you allow the pelvis to align, the hip to open, and the lower back to literally breathe. A study conducted by the University of Waterloo demonstrated that people with chronic lower back pain who incorporated controlled squats into their routines had a 58% reduction in pain after 8 weeks, significantly exceeding the results obtained with just traditional manual therapy. This correction doesn't happen only during the exercise, but spreads to the entire day, making you walk more aligned, sit with more presence, and lift more easily. It's considered one of the most effective practices for preventing back pain, especially in people over 50. A mistake I frequently see is rounding the back during the squat. To get the postural benefits, maintain a neutral spine, open chest, and forward gaze throughout the movement. The position of your eyes directly influences your spine alignment. Looking down frequently results in unwanted rounding. What many people don't know is that the squat strengthens the erector spinae and all the deep musculature that stabilizes the spine. These muscles, normally neglected in conventional exercise routines, are crucial for maintaining posture and preventing injuries. Number 2. High caloric burn and cardiovascular benefits. Squats engage large muscle groups simultaneously, requiring great physical effort and burning many calories. The more muscles activated during an exercise, the more energy the body needs to fuel them, accelerating metabolism. This repeated effort makes the heart beat faster and breathing accelerate, providing cardiovascular benefits comparable to moderate aerobic exercises. In just 20 minutes of squats with short intervals, you can burn about 200 to 300 calories, depending on the intensity. Regular caloric burn helps control blood sugar levels, reduces the risk of diabetes and heart disease, and improves sleep quality. It's fundamental for maintaining the balance between energy consumed and energy spent, preventing excessive fat accumulation. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel your heart accelerating and breathing becoming more intense after a few sets. To intensify this effect even more, try reducing the intervals between sets or adding small jumps in the rising phase, transforming the exercise into a modified jump squat. A common mistake is performing the squats too quickly. To maximize caloric burn, maintain a controlled pace, especially emphasizing the descent phase. This approach increases time under tension and, consequently, the total energy expenditure. Remember that consistency is more important than intensity, especially at the beginning. 3 or 4 weekly sessions of 15 to 20 minutes will produce more lasting results than a single exhausting session that can discourage you or cause excessive pain in the following days. Number 1. Promotion of joint health. During the squat, the joints are put in motion, which helps distribute synovial fluid throughout the joint. This fluid is essential because it reduces friction between joint surfaces, allowing smooth movement without excessive wear. The cycle of flexion and extension improves the circulation of synovial fluid, which nourishes the cartilage and prevents direct bone-to-bone contact. Keeping cartilage healthy is crucial to prevent joint pain and wear, especially with aging. Studies conducted at the University of Oklahoma show that people who regularly practice squats have thicker cartilage and better distribution of synovial fluid in the joints. After 12 weeks of regular practice, participants over 55 showed an average increase of 14% in knee cartilage thickness, as measured by magnetic resonance imaging. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to strengthen the muscles surrounding the joints, creating a kind of muscle armor that absorbs impacts and reduces joint stress in daily activities. This strengthening is especially important after 50, when we naturally begin to lose muscle mass. To maximize the benefits for joint health, execute the movement with controlled amplitude without using momentum or abrupt movements. Fluidity is your ally, allowing the synovial fluid to be distributed evenly throughout the joint. A mistake many people make is believing that squats are harmful to the knees. Science shows exactly the opposite. When executed correctly, they strengthen the structures around the joint, creating greater stability and protection. Now that you have more than enough reasons to perform the squat, let's move on to the correct technique to ensure you don't have any injury or problem. How to execute correctly and errors to be avoided. The traditional squat seems simple, but details make all the difference between impressive results and unnecessary injuries. Let's go step by step for perfect execution. Initial positioning. Stand with feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider. The toes can be pointing slightly outward, never completely straight. Prior activation. Before starting the movement, slightly contract the core and glutes to stabilize the spine. Keep the chest open, shoulders relaxed and back. Descent phase. Initiate the movement by pushing the hip back, as if you were sitting in a chair. The most common mistake here is to start by bending the knees before the hip, which puts excessive pressure on the knee joint. Descend in a controlled manner, keeping the weight distributed across the entire sole of the feet. Depth. Descend as far as you can maintain a neutral spine. Ideally, the hips should be parallel to or below the knee line, but respect your current mobility limits. Knee alignment. Throughout the execution, the knees should follow the direction of the toes, never collapsing inward. This is a serious mistake that increases the risk of meniscus and ligament injuries. Ascent phase. Drive through the heels, contracting glutes and quadriceps to return to the starting position. Keep the core engaged throughout the movement to protect the spine. Main errors to be avoided. Transferring weight to the front of the feet, lifting the heels. Rounding the back, especially in the deepest part of the movement. Letting the knees collapse inward. Performing the movement too quickly, without control. Descending only partially, limiting the benefits. To intensify the movement without adding external weight, try these variations. Time under tension squats. Descend in 4 seconds, pause for 2 seconds in the lowest position, and rise in 2 seconds. Pause squats. Maintain the lowest position for 5 to 10 seconds before rising. Full amplitude squats. Work gradually to increase the depth of the movement, always respecting your limits. Recommended sets and repetitions. For beginners, 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions with 60 to 90 seconds of rest between sets. For intermediates, 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions with 45 to 60 seconds of rest. For advanced, 4 to 5 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions or squats with increased time under tension. Contraindications. People with acute injuries to the knee, hip, or spine should consult a doctor before starting. Issues such as meniscus tear, symptomatic disc herniation, or severe arthritis may require specific modifications or alternative exercises. Remember that control of the movement is fundamental for muscle mass gain. Research shows that controlled and slow eccentric phase can increase strength and hypertrophy gain by up to 40% when compared to rapid movements. This is because the controlled muscle damage during the eccentric phase is a powerful stimulus for growth. If you like this and also want to discover 6 isometric positions capable of changing your entire lower body, we have a video appearing right now on the screen showing each of them better. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.